Before Mass this morning, Father Don told me he was very grateful that I was preaching today because everyone lost an hour of sleep last night, and it would give everyone a chance to catch up a little bit. It's like, that's the kind of guy he is. On Friday, 2 days ago, I was at the Mayo Clinic for the 1-year follow-up appointment after my partial cornea transplant a year ago. And what a difference. A year ago, I could not read, I could not drive. When I came to Mass, I could sit right in front and still not read the screen. When I looked at the candles, I saw between 7 and 9 flames on each candle. And now in my right eye, I have 20/20 vision with the help of a donor's cornea and a contact lens and glasses, but I can see. I can see out of my right eye. My left eye, not so much. We'll deal with that, but I can see now. What an amazing gift. And many of you have prayed for me, and many of you have prayed to St. Lucy, our patron of vision, and I can't thank you enough. I can't tell you how much that has meant to me on this journey. On the way back from Rochester Friday night, it occurred to me that at no point in the process did anyone ask me for my credentials. No one asked me if I qualified. No one on the team at Mayo, no one from the donor's family, no one asked me if I was appropriate as a recipient. They didn't ask me if I was Christian or Jewish or Islam or Buddhist. They didn't ask any of that. They didn't ask if I was an American citizen or not. They didn't ask if I was leaning left or leaning right. They didn't ask about any of that. No one ever brought any of that up. All that mattered is that I was a human person in need, and they could help. What an amazing gift. What an amazing statement about the power and possibility of humanity when we strip all of those labels away and we just get down to loving each other. We unfortunately seem to be living in a time when we are allowing the macro level to define the personal level. We label ourselves and we label each other by religious or national or political or gender orientations. We label each other by this stuff up here instead of just seeing the beautiful humanity in each other. And the time in which Jesus lived was no different. We're given this story of Jesus, this Jewish man, and this Samaritan woman at the well. And according to everything at the macro level, the socio-political, religious constructs, they should have zero to do with each other. Nothing. They shouldn't even talk to each other. They shouldn't even actually be in the same place with one another. If they let the macro shape the personal. But that's not what happened. Instead, they sat down together and shared humanity They let the personal, the relational, supersede all of that. What a gift. But for that to happen, they each had to let go of something. Jesus had to let go of all of the conditioning he would have been given in his culture. He had to let go of the notion that she was impure, that she was toxic, that being near her, with her, talking with her, would corrupt him. He had to let go of all that and just see in her the dignity of a human person created in God's own image. And she had to let go of her anxiety and her fear. She was a woman by herself at this well with a strange man who wasn't from there. She had to let go of fear of the other. She had to let go of the conditioning she had received to stay away from the Jews. They both had to let go of all the labels and just be present with one another. This is where we find hope. This is where we find joy. This is where we find Christ. In our world today, there's so much we need to let go of. We need to let go of our anxieties, our fear of one another. We need to let go of our labels, our ideologies. In our gospel, Jesus tells the woman, there will be a time. And that time is now. That time is right now. When it doesn't matter if you worship on the mountain or in Israel. It doesn't matter if you're the mountain people or the city people. None of that matters. There will come a time, and that time is right now, where all that matters is that we encounter God in spirit and truth. That's what unifies. Let go of the mountain label. Let go of the city label. Let go of all of these distinctions and just come together and encounter God in spirit and in truth. And that truth, of course, is Christ himself, who told us, love one another. This is my commandment, that you love one another. That is what it means to be a disciple. It's why I'm a disciple. This is what unconditional love looks like. To erase all of the nonsense, all that stuff that is put in place to separate and divide us. To erase all of it and just come down to the personal level where we look into each other's eyes. We see into their hearts. And we recognize them as human persons created in the image and likeness of God. And may that life-giving, unconditional love of God rain down upon you. May that life-giving, unconditional love of God stir the heart within you. May that life-giving, unconditional love of God flow into this world through you.